Hey guys, Liquid here, and welcome back to the next episode of Let's Answer Some Questions. This is a very important episode or whatever. I need to go over some things, so I hope, please, that you will listen to this or whatever, and not skip ahead or anything, because I'm about to say some very important stuff pertaining to the Q&A videos. I've decided that it's gotten to the point where, I'm getting so many questions or whatever, and the videos are starting to get pretty long, and I would imagine, right, that most people that watch these videos, like, and ask a question, most likely what they do is they don't actually watch the entire video, but rather just, like, skip ahead to, like, hear their question read or whatever. And, I've, I've started to, like, it's up to the point where, every week or whatever, I'm always getting, like, a lot of repeats, and as in, a lot of the questions that I get one week are pretty much the exact same questions that I got the previous week, and also, like, even on the same videos or whatever, like, the amount of times that this week I've gotten asked whether I'm going to do Amazing Spider-Man is insane. So, what I've decided that I'm going to do is that next week will most likely be the last for a while of the Q&A videos. But that does not mean that I'm not going to be answering your questions, though. For what I shall be doing is I will make a formspring, and I'm going to start using that as, like, my primary way of answering questions, because I also think that it would be better for you guys in a way, because it would be more immediate. Like, you wouldn't need to wait a week every time. Like, I'd be able to just, like, answer your questions more immediately, and it'd be also easier for archive purposes. Like, you wouldn't need to, like, watch through an entire video or whatever to see all the questions that I've answered, but you'd rather just be able to scroll down and see everything that I've been asked and all. So hopefully you guys are not heartbroken or whatever. It's just gotten, the Q&A videos are just kind of like, they're becoming very long and repetitive. So, with that out of the way, I'll link the formspring below, and that will be effective, like, basically today. But if you want to have a question read by me, now is pretty much going to be your last chance for a while, because next time, I do think the next time will be sort of the finale for a bit. So post questions below, and I'll answer them next week. But since next week will most likely be the last, make your questions count. But let's get started. Megatim64 asks, or Megatim46 asks, what are your next LP plans, and do you need any suggestions of what to play? I don't really need any suggestions, but if you've got, like, a suggestion or whatever, like, I guess you could send it to me, like, in a private message or something like that. But my next LP plans, after Spider-Man 3, I'd be doing, like, Arkham City and Spider-Man Edge of Time. Once I'm done with Mafia 2, I've actually recently gotten into the urge to do a Portal Let's Play of Portal 1 and Portal 2. So those will actually probably be coming once I'm done with Mafia 2. And after those, maybe, like, games like Machinarium, Night Sky. When I'm done with Resident Evil 4, that'd be Resident Evil 5. And when I'm done with Wind Waker, Skyrim. So that'll probably satiate you all for a while. Connor the Assassin asks, are you excited for the Amazing Spider-Man movie and game, and can you make a review for the movie? I am very excited for the movie and game. I'm sure that I would probably mention my thoughts on it somewhere. I'm not sure if I would actually, like, do an exclusive review of it, though. Marvel fan number 1 asks, have you ever been to the swamp moons of Drintax 4? I have not, but want to go there one day. It could be nice. See the sights. Johnny11379 asks, can you do an LP of Crash Bandicoot 1 or all of them? If there was going to be a Crash game that I would LP, it would most likely be Crash Team Racing, but I do consider doing the the actual series as well. Some guy 452 asks, what do I think of Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011? I honestly don't really have any thoughts at all on it. Like before this question, I had never heard of it, but I think I looked up a video of it or whatever, and some dude was like shooting a grizzly bear, and it looked like it did not really seem to be my type of thing, I guess. Ranger Watch 4 asks, do you plan to do another Minecraft video? Most likely not for a while. As a most of the Minecraft videos or whatever I made like during a period where like me and some friends or whatever were like really crazy into Minecraft, but we haven't really been into Minecraft for a while, so that probably won't be happening for a while. Abzoc1995 asks, Liquid, do you plan to do Call of Duty? In the future, yes, I do. Corn, not a question, he just asked Cornholio174 just asking, or saying that he's glad that his question was answered. And, anytime, bro. Goku2336 asks, are you excited for the new Batman movie? Indeed I am. I would say that I'm not as excited for it though as I am for the Amazing Spider-Man. Trans Blue Reach asks, Liquid, do you think that there will be an Avengers game, and who would you play as and why? I think that if there was gonna be an Avengers game, then I think it probably would have already come out by now. But I would imagine that you play as all the Avengers, like take turns or whatever. Captain Falcon 099 asks, what side were you on in the 16-bit console wars? I didn't really have many thoughts on like the console wars at that time. I was still like very young or whatever, and I just really cared about playing good games. And I don't really think I really like I never owned a 16-bit console. Like I always just had friends that had them, and I would go to their houses, and so I never really picked a preference. But looking back at it, I would probably say SNES maybe. Like I just have played more games for it, I guess. Baby Spoot asks, can you explain to me why you don't do a Let's Play of Amazing Spider-Man when it comes out, or in other words, blind? I might, like, I haven't really thought of it that much, but if something that I said in the past made you think that I was specifically going to play through it once before, then I must have misguided you. Like, I really haven't thought about the Amazing Spider-Man game that much. Banana Owns Apple asks, can you post more Spider-Man 3, Web of Shadows or Spider-Man 3, and Ultimate Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2? Be patient for the Spider-Man 3 or whatever. Like, I always say this, but like, you are not the only one that watches videos on my channel. Like, there are people that would really like to see Mafia 2, there are people that would really like to see Wind Waker, and people that would really like to see Resident Evil, so just be patient, dude. And between Web of Shadows and Spider-Man 3, I think I'd probably go with Spider-Man 3, and Ultimate Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2, I would probably go with Spider-Man 2. Azuma ZX asks, who do you think is cooler, Venom or Carnage? I am a Venom boy. I think that he is rough and tough. S Shields 14 a bowl asks, hey Liquid, did you ever play the Tomb Raider and Crash Bandicoot series on the PS1? If so, it could be possible to let's play it sometime. I've played the first Tomb Raider and I quite liked it, so that's definitely a possibility. And as I said before, I definitely do want to get around to Crash at some point. 767 Scarecrow asks, by the way, you said you would LP Arkham City after playing it alone first. What changed your mind? I'm not sure if where I said that. As far as I know, I pretty much always kind of planned on doing it blind. Like, if you're talking about like in my Arkham Asylum Let's Play, like I was sort of like debating with myself over whether or not I wanted to do it blind or whatever. Like that was basically just like when I was first thinking of the idea of Let's Playing it in the first place. And I'm not sure what he's saying here because he says, could you please say the following line with that kid voice you sometimes use? You originally said this in the Arkham Asylum LP. P.S. Do you remember that time in the Arkham Asylum LP where you were having cryptographic nightmares and then sped up everything so you talked really fast and sounded like a chipmunk? It was funny. I do indeed remember that, and I thank you for the kind feedback. But I think this dude totally left out the sentence that he wanted me to say, so I sadly cannot say it. But I'm sure it would have been good. Oh, never mind. Actually, never mind. Never mind. I'm an idiot. He said here. He says it here. Oh yes. He wants me to say, beware my horns. So I'm not really sure exactly the voice that you're talking about, but if I was to give it a go, it'd probably be like, beware my horns, or something like that. So thumbs up. Mr. Jimmy P2222222 asks, do I prefer Coke or Pepsi? I am a Pepsi boy all the way. Deadpool198 asks, will I be making an LP of Ultimate Spider-Man, or not Ultimate Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man? Indeed, most likely at some point in the future. World Changer 24 asks, what's my favorite game console? I don't really have one. I generally like all consoles pretty much evenly, but if I had to pick one, like for like next gen or whatever, I would go with PS3. But if I had to think deep down and decide which one was like the most dear to me and had the most effect on me as an individual, I would probably go with the original PlayStation. Shamil Chichi asks, do I drive a car? Not often. Like I've got the license and everything, but I pretty much like most of my travel like is just like going about like locally or whatever, so I usually just like ride a bike. Deadpool198 asks, will you be making an LP of... Oh, wait. Oh, I totally just idiot me again. Read question that already been answered. Oops. Shamil Chichi also asks, oh, and have you played LA Noire? And if you have, do you like it? I have indeed played LA Noire, and I'll probably consider it number 3 on my games of the year of 2011. I thought it was really good, and it would be number 3 behind Portal 2 and Skyrim. So yeah, LA Noire is awesome. Agent Earthling asks, what's your favorite retro game and why? I think that the definition of retro could be like extended for some stuff here, but if you're going, I'm going to define retro as like being like, I guess, two or more gaming generations behind or whatever, I would consider Spyro 3 retro, and I would go with that. But if I think like I know what you're talking about though, and if you're like going for like 8-bit stuff or whatever, then I would probably say probably a bit of a cop out, but I'd probably go with original Super Mario Brothers because that's a very good game, I think. Punk Rocket 69 asks, "What type of music could you listen to and never get tired of?" Most likely, probably either. I would go with, as long as it like I have the. It is my belief that pretty much every genre of music is capable of producing something that I would enjoy. But if you but like when it comes to genres that have the most artists that I identify with, I'd probably go with like either rap or metal. Triforce Jigglypuff asks, "Will you ever do an LP of Spidey Edge of Time or Amazing Spider-Man?" Yes and yes. Stoned Princess asks, "Are you going to LP Resident Evil Outbreak File 1 and 2?" I haven't really put much thought into the Outbreak series, but like I've heard good things about them, so at some point I would probably try to get around to them. The Minecraft Dude 88 asks, "Have you seen the movie Freddy vs. Jason, and who is your favorite killer, Freddy or Jason?" I have not seen Freddy vs. Jason, and I would probably prefer Freddy though because I think he is a very stylish dude that I appreciate. 12345 Link Rocks asks, "Do you have a 3DS? And if so, can you do Resident Evil Revelations for an LP?" I do not have a 3DS, so for the time being, that is an impossible feat. Zactan111 asks, "What do you think of Spidey's new costume and him using web shooters in The Amazing Spider-Man?" Um, I was a bit impartial on the costume at first, but it's growing on me. I think it looks pretty cool, and I really couldn't care less about the web shooters. If that's what they want to do, go for it. Yadi Babit asks, Are you doing all four Web of Shadows endings?" Most likely not. For the time being, really, I don't really have any plans to return to Web of Shadows, but at some time in the future, I might do like a good ending at some point, but not for a while. He also asks, "What do I look like?" And I look like I'm a long-haired dude. I've actually got like a bit of a pretty long goatee going on right now. I got brown hair, blue eyes. I was just staring into your soul. Mm. XX Hitmarker GWK. It's not really a question, but he says that he's unsubscribing because he thinks that my content is whack. I was going to tell him that if he's listening to this, that I hope he finds himself in a good place, and I hope he enjoyed his stay. Destructoad asks, "Would you rather die slowly and painfully in front of your friends and family, or die fast and quick with no one watching?" I'd probably rather just die fast and quick with no one watching because, like, not only like I don't really see how dying in front of your friends and family it would be like a benefit really. Like I think that'd be like more tragic. So if you're dying quickly, like and painlessly, and no one, you would be the only one that would have to witness it, I think that would be the way to go. And he also asks, "Would you rather die being hatefully remembered or die being not remembered at all?" I would probably choose to be not remembered at all because I would not really want to leave too bad of a name for myself. The EX Gaming Community asks, he has two questions. when I eventually do an LP of Resident Evil 5, will I also do the two sub campaigns, Lost Nightmares and Desperate Escape? Um, until this question, I actually had no idea that it had two sub campaigns, but I would say that it's going to be like Resident Evil 4, where like as long as I unlock them, I'll do them. Like if it's like Resident Evil 4 and you unlock the campaigns just by beating the game, then I'll sure as hell do them. And he also asks, it's been confirmed that RE6 will have 3 different story modes, each taking a perspective of another character. Will you LP all 3 scenarios? I'd imagine so. Cosmic Dragon 8000 asks, am I going to do Amazing Spider-Man? Yes. And last but not least, Jack Spacey was just asking something about if I got his personal message or whatever, but I got back to him on that or whatever, so that's already answered. So yeah, guys, that's it for this week. And like I said, if you got a question, make sure to make a count or whatever, because next week will most likely be the end of the actual videos or whatever. So they've been going on for a while. That'll be 123. So that's 123 weeks since I got 300 subscribers, because that's like what it all started out from. But it's been good, and like you never know, like I might return to it at some point, but for the time being, I just think that like they're becoming more of a bit of a hassle to have to do every week or whatever, because like they're taking up some time, and a lot of it, like I just said, is just repetitive. So yeah, so formspring link below or whatever. So I want to try to get that started immediately, but yeah. I will make it so you have to have an account on formspring, but that shouldn't really be too much of an issue. And yeah. Till next time, guys. Post questions below. I'll answer them next week. Make them count. Liquid out.